Hello, this is Worldwide Geography, a channel all about geography, water.
Surpassing the mark of $2.2 trillion US dollars, Canada emerges as a formidable economic powerhouse, securing the distinguished eighth spot globally in terms of its robust economic magnitude. Now, being among the select top 10 in the GDP league is undeniably noteworthy. Yet, what truly sets Canada apart is its remarkable economic prowess relative to its comparatively modest population size. As of the recording of this video, the Canadian population stands at approximately 38 million, placing it as the 37th most populated nation worldwide. This stark contrast between its economic prowess and population count distinguishes Canada, highlighting its exceptional economic efficiency and prosperity amid the landscape of nations with similar economic stature. This means that Canadians represent just 0.5% of all humans on Earth. So if we grab Canada's 2.2 trillion GDP and divide it by its 38 million population, we get a GDP per capita of around 58,000 US dollars, making Canadians around the 14th richest people on the planet. So how exactly has this came to be? How is a country with such a low population so wealthy? What makes their economy so strong? So let's start off with the most obvious one: its sheer size and the amount of resources within it. Canada ranks as the country with the fourth most abundance of natural resources on the planet, worth an estimated 3 trillion US dollars. Embedded within Canada's colossal landscape lies its formidable reservoirs of oil, securing a prestigious position behind only Venezuela and Saudi Arabia in global rankings. Spanning as the world's second-largest country, Canada boasts an expanse that hosts an unparalleled wealth of resources, including vast timber reserves, copious freshwater reserves, and an array of precious minerals and metals, paralleling the magnitude of its oil reservoirs. This expansive nation stands third globally in forest coverage, trailing behind Brazil, with its illustrious Amazon, and Russia, renowned for being the foremost provider of renewable freshwater sources. In this context, Canada secures the fourth position, following the United States, Russia, and Brazil, in the abundance of renewable freshwater reserves, a testament to its rich environmental wealth. However, among its vast array of natural assets, Canada stands singularly dominant in one aspect: the sheer multitude of its lakes, surpassing any other nation in this respect. This characteristic feature is a testament to Canada's unrivaled natural abundance and underscores its unique position in the global landscape of natural resources. Now, this statistic is absolutely mind-boggling. So let's put it into perspective first. So the USA is also a pretty big country, right? It's comparable to Canada in terms of its land size. It has just over 100,000 lakes. Russia, which is by far the world's largest country, has around 200,000. Canada, well, wipes the floor with the rest of the world. In fact, with an estimated unbelievable 879,000 lakes in total, Russia contains less than a quarter of the number of lakes than Canada does. Canada actually has more or less than the rest of the world combined. The reason is due to the fact that the vast majority of Canada was situated under a large ice sheet during the last ice age. Both glacial erosion and the vast weight of the ice sheet itself sculpted the landscape, leaving behind natural indentations when they retreated. These have since filled with water. When it comes to mining, Canada is king. It ranks in the top 10 as being the top producer of many metals, including the likes of copper, gold, and platinum. Oh, and ranking first for potash, something I've never personally heard of. But while Canada seems to be digging up a decent chunk of it after doing a bit of research, as I'm not a miner or a farmer, it turns out that it is used in fertilizers to support plant growth and increase yields. Canada has a huge and booming services sector, with over 70% of its population being involved in this fields. This is the 12th highest in the world. Just 1.6% are involved in agriculture, and the other 28% or so in industry. Although not the highest in the world, its employment rate is relatively high at around 75%, which ranks them in the top 15 in the world. This high level of employment, especially within the services industry, usually creates a pretty strong and healthy economy. Although Canada as a whole doesn't see the highest average relative property prices in the world, its main cities do at over $1 million. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver see some of the highest property prices anywhere on Earth. Canada's main cities are very desirable to live in, and real estate is quite frankly booming there. Now, if any of our viewers are, in fact, Canadian, let us know what your thoughts are on these insane prices, what is happening, and what can be done to help the average Canadian out. My guess is that very wealthy individuals who aren't even Canadian are buying up all the luxury property, just like what we see in cities like London and Sydney. One compelling reason contributing to Canada's economic prosperity stems from its adjacency to the United States, which stands as the globe's largest economy. Analyzing a map delineating each state's primary trading partner within the USA, a substantial portion of these partnerships prominently feature Canada. Impressively, 76% of Canada's exports and 52% of its imports are intertwined with the United States, underscoring the magnitude of this economic symbiosis. Given the colossal economic stature of the United States, renowned for its expansive market and substantial energy and resource demands, Canada lucratively taps into this synergy, fostering robust business interactions and revenue streams. The US's mammoth economy serves as a pivotal force, fostering an environment conducive to fruitful trade and commerce for Canadian enterprises. This gives it incredible access to the world's oceans and trade routes, which is especially important when you are exporting so many resources, wars or lack of them. Although Canada is involved with wars around the world, it hasn't seen the destruction that much of Europe saw during the 20th century, with World War I and World War II effectively meaning they haven't had to rebuild their cities and infrastructure, unlike, say, Japan, England, or Germany. Most educated Canadians in terms of education are very smart people. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development compares the percentage of each country's residents aged between 25 and 64 who have completed some form of tertiary education. Based on the OECD's data, Canada is the most educated country globally, with over 56% of adults meeting the criteria. Japan has the second highest at around 51%, followed by Israel with around 51% as well. However, it is worth noting that this list compared only the 43 countries that are members or partners of the OECD, leaving out roughly 150 countries. Canada stands as a beacon of economic strength and a testament to high-quality living standards, yet within its successes lie nuanced narratives. While many Canadians enjoy secure employment and a comfortable lifestyle, the Canadian experience extends beyond surface impressions. Have you traversed Canada's landscapes firsthand? Whether as an explorer, a student immersing in its culture, or a resident shaping daily life, your unique perspective on the intricacies of modern Canadian existence holds immense value. We appreciate your viewership. Don't forget to subscribe for a continued exploration of engaging content.